Hello guys, this is DJC and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to my review of Doctor Who. By the way, I'm going to be spoiling parts of it, and I suggest that you don't know anything about the episode. So I suggest that you come back later once you've watched the episode to hear my views on it. So this was like the first time that Doctor Who's actually swept me off my feet in terms of me going, wait, that is really clever. Like, I wasn't expecting them to do that. So I think, it's not clever, but it's like it swept me off my feet because I wasn't expecting it. And I'm surprised and a bit speechless about it. So I'm trying to connect sentences together, but I'm struggling because I'm trying to comprehend what I just watched. Because that episode singularly has been way better than basically all the episodes in Series 11. I think the episode improved throughout. I think to begin with, I was sitting there going, this can go either way. Like, this could be really good or it can be really bad, this first part anyway, and then the second part would be greatly improved. But I was kind of thinking, are they going to save everything for the next part? Like, what are they going to do as the ending? That kind of stuff. And obviously as we went through, I was like, do you know what, this is actually getting better. And there's a point just after Yaz and Ryan were inside of the office, for the second time, we see that creature speaking to the character Daniel, and at that point I just went, do you know what, this is actually much better than I think I expected it to be, which I was so happy with, because I always expected Series 11, whatever you say about it, I don't think it was the best series ever made. I think it was alright at times. A few episodes were really average, which was probably the best that they had in terms of how I enjoyed the episodes, but then you had really bad ones, and this first episode was way better than any of that. I don't want to jump straight to the end, because I feel like there was an entire hour before that, but I will get to the end. I just wanted to say a few other things. So a few things that I did like: the fact that they got split up at some point. It made the plot and the whole episode more interesting, because then you had an A and a B storyline, because a lot of Series 11 just had the A storyline. If you weren't interested, then you were basically stuck with it until the story moved on, because you had the A and the B, and both of them I think were fairly interesting. Both of them had a sense of danger, a sense of not knowing what will happen to them, which I think was really, really good. These villain creatures that they've established, but we don't know anything about them, properly, apart from the fact that they want to take over. Maybe next week we can learn a lot more about what they are, where they originate from. If they're working with the Master, dare I say, Time Lord related? I like the ideas that they're also spies all over the place as well. Speaking of spies, the episode is basically based off a James Bond kind of idea, isn't it? It's paying homage to the whole genre of spy movies and stuff. And I think that it does this in such a way that you can tell what it's doing. The name's the Doctor, that kind of line is obviously oh look, James Bond, that's a reference, that's a direct reference. And the gadgets and everything, but I think that they also change it in such a way that it becomes Doctor Who-like. The idea that it's not the Doctor taking on spies, it's the Doctor taking on alien race that have laid their spy seeds all over the place. Spy seeds. Basically, it was still Doctor Who, but it had a backdrop of James Bond. That's what I was trying to say. So here's my two nitpicks, right? The first nitpick is when Stephen Fry walks in and he looks at Graham, calls him the Doctor because the Doctor's male. My second nitpick would be the fact that they like to add lines of dialogue when they don't really need to go in. There's a few moments when you think that Graham could literally just be silent. He did not need to speak, but they do make a joke of it. Is he giving a running commentary? He is. He should stop, because it's taking out of the scene when the conversation between the Doctor and this creature. It's a really big nitpick. Let's draw into the ending of the episode. So I think that all of the action towards the end is really, really well done. I think that the car chase comes across as just a lot of flashing lights, because it's it's in the dark. I think that the motorcycle thing was really well done. Cutting to the images of the characters and then cutting to the images of the bikes. It's very simply shot, and so you can tell what's actually going on. Cutting to loads of wides. The car thing towards the beginning of the episode didn't. It kept very close to them. So I preferred the second one than the first one. And then they spent a lot of money on this as well, because it's the first episode, they really want to get people into this new series, so I imagine we're probably going to get a kind of fillery, like, less expensive episode down the line. And then there's the character of O, which is obviously the big thing. But when I realised that this character, this O character, was actually hanging around a bit longer, I kind of thought he might be something bad, and then I kind of had a few ideas and thought, they're not doing the Master, are they? The performance of the Master is really good. I do not know the actor's name, but I know he's in Iron Fist and he played the bad guy in Iron Fist. And I think his performance as the Master is really good. It's this kind of like quirky, over the top, like the clicking thing and the spinning around. The laugh is really creepy, and his entire presence during that scene during the plane is amazing. I can't wait to see more of that throughout the next steps, and I imagine the season. He's also given like a few sort of instances that might lead to a bit of a theme for the entire series. You know, like everything that you have lived is a lie, that kind of stuff, which is going to bring a beautiful like arc to the series, which I think is going to be great. Sort of O idea, like the idea that, you know, I chose this name because this is what people say when they realise who I am, and that's when I kind of just went, this was a twist that makes sense, that actually works. Well done, Gymnal. And then there's that beautiful moment when he opens the matchbox, and there's the little version of him in there, and I'm like, that's a Master reference. That's a classic Doctor Who Master reference. So I'm just overexcited sitting in my living room, just going, oh my god, I actually like this. Like, I think that a lot of Doctor Who Series 11 was stuff that I kind of tolerated, but, you know, I kind of put the bad stuff to the back of my mind, and then all the good stuff kind of went forward. I realised that looking back, you know, my first review to Series 11 was over positive, and then, you know, after watching it again, I kind of just sat there and went, do you know what, this episode's not actually that good. But with this one, I might have the same thing in a few days, but still, that scene at the end is brilliant. I can't wait to see more of that. It's showing a lot of promise. Also, the next time trailer is not showing too much either, which is great. But we do seem to be going to Paris, which is exciting, and we only have to wait a few days. And then we have the final like cliffhanger bit as well, which I thought I'd just talk about. And, you know, I don't know what that means, but like I'm going to Twitter to go and have a look after this video. You know, because I'm sure someone recognises those things, and they know what it's from. And I don't think Yash is in the clear yet, but we will get to that in my extra video which I do during the week when I talk about what we know so far, which is when I talk about the week's upcoming episode of Doctor Who and theories about, you know, a synopsis, an episode title, ideas that from previous episodes that can be brought into this one, that kind of stuff, and I'll be doing that series on Friday this week. Okay guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. I really hope I didn't go too overboard. I think I did go too overboard, scrap that. So, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. Hopefully you enjoyed the episode. If you did, you know, put it down in the comments. But if you didn't, you know, tell me why, because I might agree with you, or you might make me see your point of view. So anyway, thank you guys very much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure you give it a like, subscribe if you're new, and I shall see you soon. Goodbye.